All right, let's make sure that this is going to launch. I'm waiting for the space bar to load. It's a little bit slow. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the cronecast at the Rising Moon. My name is Elaine, and we're going to wait for this to load for a moment so I can shut myself up. Here we go. Load. I hope everyone's doing well.
All right, let's make sure that this
weekly for the date range of March 1st through the 7th, 2021. Let's see what's coming up for us. This is a close-up of our pick-a-card piles. There are 4 piles. You're going to concentrate, see which one calls out to you. I actually do ask that you don't pick my piles by I always pick number 3 or I always pick number 2. It's just helpful to open your third eye and see which one calls out to you, because that has the messages you're meant to receive for this week. Sometimes you'll always be drawn to the same pile, but it will change at different times. Before I get started, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. It does help my channel. All right, guess what happens now? The bad noise, and hopefully we sail backwards smoothly. Here we go. I hope everyone had a really good week. I had a chance at long last to film some videos, so we'll have those coming out throughout the course of March. I hope I'm not making anybody seasick. All right, that looks like it's on straight. All right, everybody. Hopefully you've had a chance to pick your pile. What's going to happen now? The world's grossest candle snuffer is on the scene. Here we go. All right, get the housekeeping out of the way. I hope everyone's had a good week. Here we go. Let's get this a little bit back. All right. Working with some, there's my giant head in the frame. Sorry about that, guys. Here we go. The candle colors are a lavender color, which is the crown chakra color. I just actually filmed a chakra healing tarot reading. That I think will post later in March. I've been scheduling the dates on them. I hope everyone's doing well. I hope everyone had a good week. Here we go. I've got my phone on flight mode. Hey, bizarrely, my phone managed to ring through flight mode the other day, which really startled me. I think it's because I also have a Google Voice line. All right, let's get going with pile number 1. Remember, timestamps will be all added in after the broadcast. There we go. And we'll talk about what your candle is anointed with. Got some oracle cards as well. All of the conjure oils this week are from Art of the Root. I'm not affiliated. I just like their products. This is a more kind of generic conjure oil. They are well prepared. They do have all the ingredients in them. It's just that if you're a practitioner, it helps to have something that you have compatible energy with. This is compatible with almost anybody. So Art of the Root is an excellent one. It has a lot of variety as well. This is dream oil. And as usual, I've gotten conjure oil all over me. The last time I got dream oil all over me, ooh, it was an interesting evening. All right, there we go. So dream oil, that is about receiving messages in dreams. All right, so this is the Enchanted Art Oracle. It doesn't have any deeper meaning than simply the images and the small saying underneath, which is you have a personal treasure of talents and gifts ready for you to explore. Part of the reason to try and kind of, oh, I don't have my table tent out. Part of the reason it's important to try and align, to heal, is that we all have a purpose here in this life, and we best achieve it when we are healed, when we are aligned, and then our gifts are most open to us. I have True Love. This can be a card of self-love. It can be a card of a new relationship coming in with never-ending story. Something's caught in a slight holding pattern. Choose your path. All is possible. With fogged in, go slow, take time. All right, don't rush a process. Allow it to fully unfold. I have, ooh, Bride in a Cage. That's from our shadow work. That is the work that we need to do to heal our formative damage, to become whole and kind of self-actualized. All right, we have Refine Your Attention. Death. I am learning that endings are merely beginnings. And then I also have Express Your Feelings. Well, this is an interesting hodgepodge. Dream oil, huh? Okay, so let's get some cards down on the table. It looks like you're embarking on a new spiritual journey. It's very important to pay attention to signs as you are trying to unlock your connection to the divine. Express your feelings. It's healing all over the place. True love it can be a card of true love, but it's also a card of self-love. Let's see what it's referring to. In this instance, I'm using the Good Tarot from Colette Baron Reed as our deck to bring out the predictive spread. Hanged Man in the upright. That is a card of, sometimes it's a card of needing to make sacrifice. Sometimes it's taking a new perspective on something. That bride in a cage is like feeling very trapped in relationships. Not everybody is in a relationship, so it can be a relationship to the past in the way that you view it. Fogged in, go slow and take time. That is a card of caution. Never-ending stories suggests that there is an ending that you are craving. It is not quite in the offing. And death is allowing yourself to release the past and to understand that all things have a season. Sometimes the season is ending. All right, here we go. Oh, you too. All right, let's see what we've got. I have the Nine of Wands in the upright, card of good boundaries. It is a card of being on your guard as well. I have the Three of Swords in reverse, which is the only place I ever like to see it because I read that as being healing. Six of Wands in reverse is delayed progress on something. I have the 10 of Cups in reverse. I have the Queen of Cups in reverse. That's a card of intuition. 10 of Pentacles in reverse. Oh, group number 1. You've been having a rough ride. All right, I have King of Wands in reverse. I have the 2 of Swords in reverse. I have the 9 of Pentacles in reverse. What's going on with the mood? Here we go. All right, so your sleep actually is probably pretty disturbed at this point. I think you've been dealing with some issues of security, and you're actually, let's get a little bit further into this. Here we go. I have the Emperor in the upright. I have the 8 of Pentacles in reverse. I have the Transformation card in reverse. Becoming. All right. With the Magician in reverse. One of my least favorite depictions of the Magician. The Magician is meant to be a very powerful figure. For some reason, this is sort of a wizened person with reading glasses on, which I have absolutely nothing against the concept of needing reading glasses. It's a confusing image for the Magician. I have the King of Swords in reverse. I have the Star in reverse. I have the Hermit in the upright. With the Ace of Swords in the upright, Page of Swords in the upright, the Moon in the upright. This is one of my favorite depictions in all of my tarot decks, and I clearly have a bazillion of them. Queen of Wands in the upright, 3 of Wands in the upright. All right, 3 of Pentacles in the upright. If I get another 3, it'd be great. Okay, Justice in reverse. I'm going to put this away. I don't feel like there's imbalance towards the end. If anything, those 2 cards are kind of indicating that there's better balance coming forward. Well, there's almost no denying this. You're coming off a period of just discontent and feeling very blocked and thwarted and drained. But as you move through like the next few weeks, you've learned to like really take your self-care a little bit more seriously. I'm not sure if you like seriously depleted yourself or what happened here, but you learned to slow your roll, and it's helped a great many things. The 10 of Pentacles in reverse, it can be a card of financial insecurity. Nothing else here really backs that up. It can be about dropping your guard because you're very guarded about something in order to receive more in your life. This can be about relationships. This can be about experiences. A little bit of this suggests with that never-ending story card, yeah, refine your attention. Okay, group number 1, in your dream oil, one of the things that you're being asked to do in order to do some shadow work and clear some trauma is to kind of examine your past. And I get the feeling that maybe that's a little difficult for you, that when you try and think of the past, it can be triggering. One of the things, and never force an issue. If something is feeling like emotionally perilous, for goodness sakes, don't push on it so hard that you end up emotionally incapacitating yourself. But try to remember whenever you embark on trying to examine your formative damage, which unfortunately that is part of shadow work. Your formative damage influences the relationships you form both romantically, professionally, like sincerely. Our formative damage guides us so much in our adult life. Part of the reason it's so worthwhile to address is that once you have confronted the ways in which you were perhaps diminished or damaged in your childhood, it then gives you the ability to heal what is the damage within in the here and now, to free yourself to become the most powerful version of you. One of the reasons that I put in the title for this video about watching for signs is I had multiple ones this morning that were just hilariously on the nose, and there have been a lot of signs. If you have, with that Six of Cups in reverse as well, I'm sorry, the Six of Wands in reverse, your progress was going very well for a while in terms of your spiritual growth and learning to kind of make the most of all that is available to you in the magical and the spiritual and the energetic realm. And then I think something started to block you. And it was either that the weight of this like last 12-month period or so kind of just got to you. Or it's simply that you hit some kind of wall in terms of progress. You hit a period in which you maybe thought you were done. And very, very recently, I think it has started to occur to you that you're not. You've still got some healing to do. I think there is a period of your life that you don't like to look back on at all. And you know that there is, and by the way, I think this is an adulthood. I don't think this is formative damage. I think it was the result of you reacting to some formative damage, but I think it has to do with a relationship history as much as anything. That never-ending story is a repeating cycle. I like this overall for what's coming up in the coming weeks. There's an ability to relax more. There are multiple opportunities to feel powerful within your world. Like you make a difference on some projects that you have really been leaning in on. I like this communication and success energy over here. There's closure in the offing on a very difficult period of your life. And if anything, I think you're standing at a bit of a crossroads. You are. You've got some formative damage work to still look at, the way it influenced adult relationships, both friendship with family and romantically, and sometimes professionally. Sometimes when people go from job to job to job, they can only stay in something as long as it is engaging their interest at first. So you'll meet these people who have like 1 year, 2 year, they have these careers that repeat over and over again. You need distractions a lot. I think you need to be distracted from something that you had been trying to heal. You're now kind of closing out a couple of areas. You've done a lot of the work. You've learned how to look within and figure out how you were influenced. And there's still more work to be done there. There's an entire path to be walked there, because I think very recently you've had a couple of revelations around it. But you're starting to feel like maybe your present was greatly influenced by your past and you're just a little bit adrift. This is not the time for like firm and definitive decisions about your path forward. Continue to do some processing work. Releasing the past has really been challenging for you. You're full of self-recrimination about something. Oh, okay. I was wondering why I had so many cards that can translate to anger here. I think I understand. Part of your healing journey is, of course, trying to confront the damage that was done to you over the course of your childhood that then influenced many of the paths in your adult life. You have trouble with it because it can trigger like bouts of depression, but it can also trigger anger. Like you have anger that is protective, and you don't like feeling angry. It spoils absolutely everything for you. Anger is a necessary emotion. It can be protective. If it has that all-consuming, like, hey, I can't even see straight because I'm just that furious, that's a reaction that has more to it than just the present circumstances. There's still something there to be resolved. Remember, if you're coming out of a childhood where like there wasn't a monster involved, you didn't have somebody with a personality disorder, someone who was like purposely emotionally torturing their children or something, it can be very, very difficult to confront the ways in which like we didn't receive what we need. Here's the thing, nobody does. Like, even if you have the most dedicated person as a parent in the world or people, we actually need a couple of things to resolve over the course of our lifetime. We grow best through adversity. We learn best through adversity. If you think you know somebody who's kind of walking an incredibly smooth path, they may be, but that also means that they have a very interesting life coming up in their next incarnation. We actually are here to struggle in order to continue to go forward. You have trouble with feeling angry with people in your past because you feel like it's unfair. And you're actually, I think, a very fair-minded person. Your guides really just want you to know that it is okay to and you don't have to dislike a former version of yourself just because you're examining the choices that you made and realizing that they were influenced as much by trauma and by damage as anything else, trying to fulfill an emotional need. Don't ever have contempt for a former version of yourself. And I actually saw a reader not that long ago talking about, oh, your former self is almost going to be like, oh, and I never believe that. That person got you to where you are right now. That is your very, very valuable ally, even if there are mistakes that you notice, even if there are behaviors that you are no longer proud of or choices that you aren't proud of. Like, quite frankly, I was a mess of a human being throughout most of my 20s. I had incurred a ton of damage in my childhood, and it took a little while to work out. I was really, and sometimes still am, a work in progress. I really have a lot of admiration, despite like some serious screw ups in my 20s. I still have some admiration for how resilient and like willing to persevere I genuinely was. Sometimes with less of a good attitude than others, but I continued to be willing to try and feel that there was a point. And that's like, even though I like myself better on a daily basis than I did then, because I was not a very happy person, I still have a lot of admiration for the strength and willingness to just keep peeling myself up off the floor that I exhibited in a very difficult time period of my life. And sometimes really when we're looking back at ourselves in the past, it is almost like looking at a different person. We're meant to evolve and change and grow. The thinking woman, adjacent possibilities, the sun, all tied up. I'm telling you, attachment, goddess of the moon, and caring connections. Oh my goodness. Okay. This is a tough pile this week. What your guides need you to know is that the triggering that you are fearing from the past is, the more you're prepared for it, the more that you have some good self-care practices involved, the better it will go. And then secondly, please don't ever be ashamed of being triggered. It's a sign of trauma and of pain. I think that you have some history of having really taken out those triggers on people in the past. And I don't mean like, heinously. I just mean in a way that you struggle with how you view yourself when you were upset, when you were triggered. Please let that go. No one gets a time machine. The most you can do going forward is be kind and compassionate to what the pain that caused all of those, angry responses. Be compassionate towards yourself. Be forgiving of yourself. It will help you be forgiving towards other people. And that death card is also that former version of yourself, you can't really be hurt by the past any longer. Even if it causes an emotional echo, that emotional echo is there, not because there is still, like you're still incurring pain. That says there's something there to heal. And so that's why all of this work is so important to do to allow yourself to go forward. I love where this is headed. I love where this is heading because the Queen of Wands in the upright makes things happen. We have the Three of Wands, which is opportunity, the ship coming in. And it's kind of that waiting energy as well, but waiting for something good. It's an anticipation. With the Three of Pentacles in the upright is a collaboration, creativity, working well with others, working well within a process as well. I think you've been putting off like examining some things in your life, and your guides are asking you to please know that, first of all, even if there are intense emotions, they will rise up and then kind of, it's almost like they'll evaporate. It's almost like it's the last hurrah for them. Allow them to come to the surface. It's okay to kind of like, I don't know, create a safe zone to do a little bit of emotional processing. I was joking with a friend of mine because I struggle with insomnia. I really, really do. If it wasn't for edibles, I'm not sure I'd ever sleep. I am in California, so that is entirely legal. And he was joking with me about something, and I like was responding, hey, I've got a prescription for Ambien. I've never taken it. Like, I don't like, I'm terrified I'd be the person who gets found in the middle of Vons in the frozen food aisle naked as can be. Or like doing any other variety of like, oh my God, I had no idea I was doing that. I have no idea if that's true, but we're joking about like barricading the place, hiding the car keys, like putting them in the freezer or something like crazy in order to, your sleeping brain wouldn't be able to find them. As goofy as all that is, remember, if you've got some, like, I need to go through some things in order to resolve them, like the hermit energy is withdrawing into self. Go ahead and plan for your self-care. And if you want to give like friends of yours who are really like, close to you a heads up where it's like, hey, I'm going to be doing some stuff that I traditionally and historically have reacted oddly to, just let them know. It really can help prepare them. I was at one of my friends who's the tarot card reader who also has a podcast. I was at her apartment at one point, following a clearing that I did at a house that no one told me I was walking into a demonic possession. I should have caught it in one of the descriptions that was given to me, and it was fine. I cleared everything. I have this very involved process, but something tried to follow me home, essentially. And instead of following me home, it like kind of went and lived in her apartment for a little bit. She did get rid of it. But like there's a process with absolutely everything that can help and make us safe. If I had walked into that situation having fully prepared, having been warned, what happened wouldn't have happened. But it had an emotional impact on us both. And in the aftermath, like it was kind of after it was cleared, after it was like severed from this particular reality, it really was, like there's no tension or anything around it, even though we both ended up behaving very, very oddly indeed, because she does some work with darker entities as well. It's just a natural part of dealing with darker energies. So give yourself permission to be like a hermit, hole up for a little bit, and work through what is ever causing the self-recrimination around past relationships, because you have something that is trying to enter your life, and it will more easily enter your life if you've cleared the path. So that's what all of this work is really about. All is possible. Go slow, take time. Never push beyond the point of your ability to process. Group number one, this dream oil is like our subconscious is present in our dreams, and it tries to tell us the things that we are trying to basically confront and heal. This is a reading that says you're very, very close to bridging that gap, but that you fear some of the emotional, like the storm that can come with that. You don't need to be afraid. You are more protected than you believe yourself to be. And once it's done, it's going to be done. That never ending story energy, like you have the ability to write this ending. Here we go. Let's go. What a strange message for this particular pile. You are being asked to kind of look at the processing work that you have remaining to do, simply to free yourself. Unexpected visitors, movement, compass. I've been getting compass all over the place. Slow and steady, magical map shifter. This is yet again another draw that suggests that there are some surprising things that will happen that will cause you to, this Six of Wands will be upright, make some more progress in finding your inner guidance system again. There's something that is just registering as, it's not fear, like you're not a fearful person, it's dread. There's something that you're dreading going near, and it could be a form of trauma, it could be a memory, it could be things that you've done as you tried to heal, as you were in pain. Whatever it is, you're really, really being urged to simply call upon your guidance team in order to ask for their aid, and kind of prepare, just kind of prepare. Taking a spiritual bath can help a great deal. Working in an energetically cleansed space. If you don't have sound bowls yourself, you really can walk around with your phone playing the various sound bowls for the various root chakras to clear the energy in your home, both before and afterwards. You have something that is trying to come to like conclusion, something that is trying to close out in your life to free it, to free you from it. Your guides have been trying to guide you towards it. I beg your pardon, but I think that you are, don't fear the emotions of the past. You actually are much, much stronger now than you used to be. Not to say that you used to be weak, it's just you've done a lot of healing. It is not going to be at the level that you believe it to be. There will not be as severe a reaction. And on the other side of that are like manifestations galore. You've got that one, and I think it has to do with past relationships. I think it has to do with past relationships where you're trying to confront how some formative damage really influenced the people that you chose. And I think you learned that, and it has caused you to be very self-critical and like kind of regarding your past challenges as being indicative of like, I should have done better. No, you did great. The very fact that you're here still working on things suggests that like you're a really plucky person who does not give up easily. And remember, even if you become upset, ground, feel safe, have all of the things that might historically help you in place to go towards, and it will be over. It will be over once you kind of examine it and forgive yourself. There is an energy around forgiving yourself. And I am genuinely not getting the sense that you did anything horrific. And by the way, if none of this feels like it applies to you, maybe that wasn't your pile, but that was definitely about confronting more recent than childhood trauma and damage around something in order simply to kind of like you've been carrying this burden wherever you go. And your spirit guides are saying you can put it down and walk beyond it. But you're so afraid of it like actually being a landmine that you're like, I don't want to jostle it. It's not a landmine. You do not need to be unkind to a former version of yourself. Have compassion. Have compassion. Remember, it is a process. We learn and we gain knowledge about ourselves as we go through life, and we are not meant to be perfect. It is impossible to be perfect. Don't judge yourself by information that you gained later in life, okay? Be kind to the former version of yourself. That former version of you is the very reason that you survived and continued to thrive enough that you asked for more to come to you. All right, so that was some work that needs to be done. That pile number one, that was your main message. There's something that is still holding you back a little bit in your interpersonal relationships that your guides are saying, please turn and look at that And once you do, first of all, it's not going to be anywhere near as bad as you think it is, but you will understand it yourself and free yourself from a pattern with that. Okay, thank you so much for joining me. That was pile number 1. I will edit in timestamps after the broadcast. We're moving on to pile number 2. Dream oil, huh? All right. Go out. All right. All right, this is pile number 2. Pile number 2, we are working with my new favorite tarot deck at the moment, which is the Mystical Moments Tarot. It's so beautiful. It's a little hard to find right now, but almost as soon as you can. It is a slightly larger deck. So if you're not good with shuffling, it can be slightly challenging, but it is, for instance, smaller than the Good Tarot. Okay, pile number 2. Everyone's candle is purple, which is, or lavender, which is the color of the crown chakra, trying to invite divine light down through. And your candle is anointed with Life of Luxury oil. This is our finance pile. I have listened to the messages of your dreams. Well, that's funny. Our last pile was dream oil. Angels of the 4 directions. That's protection, exchanging gifts. That can be receiving. Breaking trail. A breakthrough is at hand with wise leader. You're a beacon for others. Artificial heart. That's having a false friend often. Laugh at your demons. Raising your vibe is one of the best ways to negate darker energies. Also, when you're in a higher vibration, we tap in more easily. We receive messages more easily. Freedom. I possess the power and the free will to create my own happiness. Along with that life of luxury, that's awesome. Understand your body. We get that over and over and over again. So here is my please remember to hydrate adequately. Please remember to rest and eat adequately. Take good care of you. I have a lot of people who are prone to overwork. Let's see what we've got for the predictive spread around exchanging gifts. Gosh, that's often like receiving something, receiving money, and a breakthrough as well. Let's find out. Let's find out what's going on here. Can I get this read, please? Gosh, I love this deck. It's so pretty. All right, 9 of Cups in the upright. It's wish fulfillment. That's windfall energy as well. Hee. All right. Can I get the rest of the read, please? Page of Pentacles. That's learning things as well. King of Pentacles. That can be an earth sign, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. It doesn't have to be. Part of the reason I never really call out the astrological signs is quite simply, by the time I do such an extended Celtic cross, by the time I get it all out there, I've got all 4 suits down anyway. I have the King of Pentacles here. As God is my witness, there are 2 King of Pentacles in this deck. I'm looking at it and looking at it. I'm not kidding. There's 2 King of Pentacles in this deck. All right. Did not notice that before. Ace of Wands in the upright. Knight of Swords in the upright. Queen of Wands in the upright. I kind of actually even just want to bring this up to the camera because I'm not kidding. There's the King of Pentacles, and there's the King of Pentacles. I've never seen that happen in any deck before in my life. All right, pay attention to signs, I guess. Knight of Swords in the upright. I've been working with this deck for over a week, and of course I hadn't noticed that. All right, I have the Queen of Swords in the upright. Let's see if the royalty is continuing to clone itself. Like, oh no, it's reproducing. That is freaking me all the way out. And I know I've seen the Queen of Pentacles already, so. I have the Tower in reverse with the Strength card in the upright. I keep thinking I've got to be reading it wrong. Okay, well, I'm not sure what the guides are doing this time. I went through this entire deck and never noticed that. Okay, well, I will quit freaking out on you. I have the Hierophant in reverse. I have the 5 of Pentacles in the upright. This is anxiety and fear holding you back. 5 of Swords in the upright. 4 of Pentacles in the upright. King of Wands. King of Wands. What the heck is going on? Three of Pentacles, the Fool in the upright, the Hermit in reverse, the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, the Five of Wands in reverse, and then the Nine of Swords in reverse. Well, anxiety's like gonna bite the big one this week, and apparently you're gonna be sleeping much better. And I've got multiple kings all over the place. I have no idea how that happened, and there was nothing about it in the literature of the deck, and I have not noticed it before. So we're surrounded by fire signs and we're surrounded by earth signs. It is a time in which, if you are able to ground, to heal, to be very present in this moment, more and more manifestation will come to you. The Nine of Cups is a manifesting energy as well. With the Ace of Wands there, like I've got manifesting energies all over the place. If you have been trying to bring things into being, apparently things are trying to get to you as well. This energy of the Five of Pentacles, Five of Swords, the Four of Pentacles, there may be kind of energy of somebody kind of fighting you a little bit. And it's making you very anxious, but you don't really need to worry about it. Just hang on in there. Judgment in reverse, Page of Pentacles, my goodness. I know I'm completely wigged out by the repeating monarchs here, but I'm trying to roll with it. The King of Wands, here's the thing in tarot. With the pages get things started and the knights carry them forward. The queens are like gestating them, trying to bring them into being. And so there's work that goes in with the queens. And then the kings are manifestation. So security. It's the King of Pentacles is somebody who has money. The King of Wands is someone who has fire and drive and creativity and is able to really control his temper. I cannot believe that that is side by side over there, but you're surrounded by fruition, things coming into being. Laugh at your demons, huh? Pay attention to your dreams. The Thinking Woman, for like, that's the second time I got that card first in this particular reading too. I wonder if I'm asleep or something. What a surreal thing this is. All right, Envy in the upright. Indecision. Let's get two more and then we'll put you down. What are you trying to say? There we go. Queen of Pentacles in the upright. If that card is doubled, I'm officially just going to sign this broadcast off and perform an exorcism. There we go. Okay, two more times, please. There is nothing creepy going on here. It's just a little startling. A Magician in the Mirror. That is also manifesting energy. Okay, so guess what, group number 2? With Life of Luxury, it's about a 15-day period that you need to look at just things starting to happen with a quickness. Things are coming into being in your life regarding, particularly for job seekers. My gosh, this is an amazing energy. Like, really keep your ear to the ground, prepare for swift progress. Take a look at these. The Fool. I swear to you, I actually have my Do Not Disturb on. Or I mean my airplane mode on, and it rang through it the other day as well. I have no idea how it's doing that. This is very, I'm sorry for what a wreck this pile has turned into. Wheel of Fortune in reverse, start of a new cycle. The Fool is that leap of faith, and the Hermit is emerging after a period of like healing, stasis, learning new things. Group number 2, like, there is something happening very quickly indeed. And despite the fact that, you know, quite clearly, for whatever reason, there are like they've got multiple depictions of the same suit in this particular deck. And I do love this deck, but there's so much here about, and it's not that they've mislabeled their monarchs, because here's the King of Wands with a woman, and then here's the Queen of Wands. So I do know that they actually have them, but there's such a balanced energy around security and drive. whatever it is you're contemplating, this is the leap of faith pile. Kind of invest in your own ability to do it all in the coming weeks. You have, even though you've got some kind of energy pushing back on you, like it may be somebody that you feel stands in your way, they're not truly in your way. You have your divine team is strength trying to tell you that you are on the verge of overcoming all. Yep. 44, huh? All right. Can I get the cards, please? Can I get the cards and don't freak me out anymore? All right, here we go. Okay. I love it when things like that happen in a live broadcast. Rock bottom, that's that tower in reverse energy as well. Ghostlands, something from the past is going to be resolved. And it looks to me, peaks of joy. So group number 2, it's a big couple of weeks for you. And there's something that is going to clearly, here we go, it's safe for you to love, clearly take you a little bit by surprise, but it's a very, very good thing. It looks as if it is within the next 2 weeks. And I have so much manifesting energy. If you have been doing magic work, if you've contracted with somebody to do magic work, you're like, things are landing. Like, that's really what I'm getting here, is that there's this almost explosive quality around more and more coming into your life, that you trust the situation's calling on you to have faith, stay optimistic about your love life. I'm very clearly a little bit discombobulated by a couple of things that happened there. I told you earlier that, I don't know if it was in this pile or the last pile that I mentioned it, I have been getting the weirdest slew of just signs raining from on high in the last day or so. There is something coming to be in particularly a security fashion, which, you know, is going to pertain to your work life, to your financial life. If you've been looking for a job, it looks like the spotlight is soon going to be shining on you. Freedom, being released from some constraints. The angels of the 4 directions is your divine protection coming in. Understand your body. Listen to the messages of your dreams. Breaking trail, a breakthrough is at hand. Hey, group number 2. If it seems like I'm not giving you any really solid information, it's because it's almost like trying to look at a flash from the energy that was coming off of there. There is something transformative. I do think it's all of these spirit guide messages will manifest within the next 2 to 3 weeks in any of the readings. And there is something that the only thing you're really being told is strap in. Strap in, things are happening at long, long last, and know that you are protected. And apparently, like, you have Kings of Pentacles and Kings of Wands aplenty. You can loan some to your neighbors. Let's see what the Making Magic deck has to say here. Abracadabra with wings, fantastic good fortune and lucky chances. Hey, group number 2, if you're ever of the mind to buy a lottery ticket, maybe this week is the week. I'm being a little bit facetious, but I'm also not, because there's very clearly something going on. I'm sorry I had table tent number 1 out for that the entire time. Is there anything else we need to know here? Is there anything else we need to know? Improving health. Good things are happening for you, group number 2. There's not a lot of details around it. There are clearly a couple of things that flummoxed your neighborhood tarot card reader in terms of how random and seemingly excessive they were in trying to deliver a message. Hang in there, keep trying, keep going. Know that things are about to change in a big, 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 big way. And please let me know in the comment section down below in the coming weeks what in the world happened with that, because I genuinely, I've been working with that deck almost every day since I got it because I think it's absolutely beautiful. And I've been reading people, and like I would have noticed beforehand, you would think that there were multiples on the kings in that manner, but I didn't, and it came out in a way that startled everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope that makes an iota of sense. That was pile number 2. We are moving on to pile number 3. I hope it's not going to be quite as wild and crazy, but if it is, I'm sure I'll make even less sense out of it. Fireball. Insurance Agent John. We're moving on to pile number 3. I will edit in timestamps in the description box down below after the broadcast. Love it when this stuff happens live. All right. So your candle is the color of the crown chakra, and this is blockbuster oil. What have I done? We're going to find out. Hopefully this will be a very, very sedate pile. Pile number 3. Okay, I have, you are in co-creation with the universe. I'm scared, Sarge. Planning and action. The fates. View from above, get the big picture. Discovering truth. You stand in the light of truth. One of the things I do when I'm doing protective magic, or I'm doing curse breaking, or I'm doing some of the work I do is removing demonic entities as well, is I will talk about standing in the light of the Lord. We have peaceful among thorns, as finding your inner serenity despite any circumstances around you. Accept what is dying. I have imagination. I embrace and nourish the creative aspect of my mind. Choose love over fear. Let's get going here. This is the crow deck. I love, love, love it. I feed the crows every day. By the way, if you do feed crows, they will bring you gifts. My crows typically do not, because I feed the crows to help my magic manifest. And that's how I bless, empower, and activate whatever I'm giving to them. But whoever lives here after I do, I hope they're not freaked out when they look out one morning and there are 25 crows perching on the front lawn, because they very much expect to be fed at the time that I feed them. Hopefully they'll just follow me. All right, let's go. Let's go. What have I got here? I'm withholding comment until I get the cards down. I have the King of Cups in the upright. I have the Ace of Wands. That was actually in reverse. King of Cups is an excellent caretaking type of energy. It's emotional balance. It's also emotional control. Yeah. Okay, Knight of Cups in the upright. Knight of Pentacles in the upright. 6 of Pentacles in reverse. 9 of Swords in reverse where I want it. 10 of Swords in reverse. Boy, that landed in the exact same position in one of the other spreads. Queen of Pentacles in the upright. 2 of Pentacles in the upright. 6 of Swords in reverse. 8 of Pentacles in the upright. 8 of Wands in reverse. Page of Swords, Page of Cups in the reverse. 8 of Cups in the upright. The Chariot in reverse. Oh, good. There's some resolution around an emotionally taxing matter for you. 9 of Pentacles in the upright. 4 of Swords in reverse. 9 of Wands in reverse. Queen of Swords in the upright. 2 of Swords in the upright. Choices. Ace of Swords in the upright. Death in the upright. 9 of Cups in the upright. Well, this is an excellent energy as well. It is a little bit, your internal world is, it's a little bit, you're not as happy as you'd like to be at the moment, but you will be very, very soon. There is closure coming to you. There are choices being offered as well in the next week. Look for this to come to you from somebody who's pretty well known to you as well. Your security is increasing. No, your security with who you are is really one of the things that is increasing. 9 of Pentacles in the upright, 9 of Cups in the upright as well. That's a receiving energy. A lot is your earthly stability is becoming more and more guaranteed as you move throughout March. As you become more secure, you kind of unlock your creative drive once again, which has been kind of on a low flame for a little bit. A communication regarding work or a potential job will have a slight delay on it, but it's for a very good reason. It will bring you good news when it does arrive. Action is being taken around your long-term stability as well. There's a lot here having to do with increase in a financial capacity. After like a season of trying to get your head on as straight as you possibly could around all earthly matters, you've got this really discovering the truth. I know I've fallen dead silent. Please forgive me. Accept what is dying. I have a lot of transformational energy here, but without any disruption to your overall well-being. So it's not the energy of the tower. I have a lot that is very positive, and I have a lot of electronic communication as well. I have the end of a situation that has caused you frustration, success. Be assertive. Don't stop. Look for a sign. Apparently, we are headed into a big couple of weeks here. And there have been, like, if anybody watches Pile 2, they're going to be laughing hysterically at me, I hope. Or they might just be mocking me. Something went a little bit sideways with that, and I was clearly very, very startled by it. And it's a bit of a vein throughout this entire read, is that there's a transformational energy. The details are sparse, which frequently happens whenever there's anything fateful on the horizon. But I've got Queen of Pentacles in the upright, woman holding a coin. That is feeling secure within your home, within your strategy, walking away. Why is this? But why? There is a communication. You're being asked to delay a response on it until another piece of information comes to you. For job seekers, here's the thing. I think you might have a job trying to come to you within the next 2 weeks. And I think they press really hard in trying to give you an offer. The Strength card in the upright, journey. I think you've got multiple opportunities that are solidifying. Don't commit until you get everything on the table. Delaying by 72 hours is one of the things that's on the table. Planning and action and the fates. This is your spirit guides, and I kind of knew it when I entitled the broadcast, about signs, because I have just been being bombarded by signs, and I'm not entirely sure what they mean. Although they just related to a lot of the cards that I just drew. I'm not getting a ton of details, but I am being told that you don't need to be in the least alarmed. But there's a change and a resolution and fateful forces at work, but not in that. A lot of the times that'll hide behind a bunch of major arcana, and it's not here. But I'm still not getting the details on it. It has to do with your personal happiness. It has to do with your personal security. I'll go ahead and I guess I'll pull Romance Angels to see if there's anything on that. It does not appear to have to do with a personal relationship. And that peaceful among thorns is essentially, that's a very good healed energy. Can I get some more information here before I freak out entirely? Retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world. Chemistry. There's a strong magnetic attraction here. Getting to know each other, true love, and flirt. Okay, so here's the thing. There is something that is changing and shifting in a big fashion. I'm going to go with the next 3 weeks. I always like to pad that timeline just a little bit. My honest sense is that it's before March 15th. There is a transformational energy. And again, there is so much coming in that looks so good both in the cards, and then all I'm kind of getting is trust. Which if I just made the face that I think I did, I'm sure it doesn't look like that's glad tidings to me. It's simply, there's a lot on this table and the details are super duper sparse on as to what it means. The delayed energy is like there's a dissolving quality to an energy blockage in your life. And I'm not going to get any details on this because when we know details, half the time we thwart the outcomes. We're not actually meant to have a ton of details on big happenings. There is something that you're going to have to let go of. Choose love over fear. I embrace and nourish the creative aspect of my mind. I think that there is freedom coming to you. Freedom, joy, and security, as the saying goes. And in a way that is going to take you a little off guard, and you do have multiple offers coming to you. You are in co-creation with the universe. This is the second group to get what looks like manifestation energy. A lot of people in my group can actually do magic. A lot of people in my group actually do work with manifestation. Things are coming into this reality. Things are coming into this reality. The Nine of Pentacles is independence and security. The Nine of Cups is wish fulfillment, bounty, receiving. And there's so much security energy around that as well with that Queen of Pentacles. Group number 3, that was the vaguest of the vague readings, but I actually really, really liked it for exactly that. When you can't get a lot of detail around something, it's usually very, very good. Now, it can be bad. Like one of the worst tarot card readings I ever received from somebody, I looked down and it was the 3 of Swords and the 9 of Swords and the Tower and the 10 of Swords. And it was a catastrophic read, and accurate. Accurate. My life was about to go kablooey in a giant and insanely painful way. But the cards actually reflected that. All of those cards were positive. All of those cards were positive, but there is a transformational energy surrounding my collective again. So I'm not getting a ton of details, but you know, wear your seatbelts. It looks like it's going to be an interesting ride. Okay. Sorry about that, group number 3. I wish I had more details for you. I'm moving on to group number 4. Heaven knows what this will contain. I will edit in timestamps after the broadcast if you'd like to book me for a private reading where hopefully personal details will be more forthcoming. There's a link to my website in the description box down below, and I'd love a chance to read for you in real life, partially so I could get clarity around whatever all that was. Take care, be well, and I will see you next week. Let's go on to group number 4. Wigged out, I clearly am. Here we go. Like I said, so glad this stuff happens live sometimes. Group number 4. Your candle is, as is everyone's, violet for the crown chakra, which is the connection to the divine. And your candle was anointed with Irresistible Me, another one that I'm almost out of because I use it in magic so much, and not just love magic, who stayed behind. Knight of Cups. Okay, let's get going on your oracle cards. I'll remember to change out this tabletop. Group number 2. I forgot to change yours, and I'm very sorry. We go with group number 4. Be open to new experiences. I shuffled for these, by the way. I did not select them. And they all flew out of the deck, come to think of it. Travel. That's journeying card, here and now. I have crossing bridges. It's time for healing, connecting, mending, and releasing. Overcoming obstacles. You can overcome anything. For chance to dream. Speak up. Doubt. I release the need to know all the answers. Well, that's a good card for this particular broadcast. Patience is a virtue. Sometimes we really are denied details so that we cannot get in our own way. I'm starting to suspect that that's the case with my collective this week. All right, let's go. Let's go. What do we got? What do we got? This is the Lima deck, which I kind of need to replace because it's almost worn out, but it's a wonderful deck. And it has a really nice shuffle on it, nice and smooth. Okay, we'll take you two. Nine of Swords in the upright. Two of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles in reverse. Seven of Pentacles in the upright. 10 of Cups in the upright. Good. The Fool in the upright. Queen of Pentacles in the upright. Ace of Cups in reverse. Hanged Man in the upright. The Star in the upright. Page of Wands in reverse. Okay. Seven of Swords in reverse. Ooh. Page of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. No worries. Six of Cups in the upright. Three of Wands in reverse. Five of Wands in reverse. King of Pentacles in reverse. 10 of Wands in the upright. King of Swords in the upright. 8 of Wands in the upright. Page of Swords in the upright. Well, that's a lot of communication. Death card in the upright. And then the 6 of Wands in reverse. Okay, let's talk about what's on the table. Thank goodness there's a little bit more detail for this pile than there was for the last. Take steps to make sure you're ensuring that you get enough rest. There's a fatigued energy as your kind of your central theme there. I don't think it's necessarily that you have insomnia. I think it is more that you compensate for your anxiety by pouring in effort. And you actually have been listening, and you've been trying to have a more balanced approach to almost everything. But all of these threes in reverse is kind of that singular individual energy. In a relationship read, threes in reverse can mean a third-party situation. I have absolutely no indication that that is the case. But there is a new beginning available to you with that Fool in the upright, and you are being asked to just go with this particular flow. There is so much communication energy as one of the psychic influences. It does have to do with truth and with progress. There is something that will be revealed to you within the next week. It is not 2 weeks, it is within the next week. It's frustrating and slightly angering. It gives you clarity and informs your choices going forward. I have a feeling it has to do with you were misled. You were misled. It does look like it was intentional. You're the Energizer Bunny. You don't stop easily, and nothing really ever takes you down for very long at all. And your doubt, releasing doubt is, here's the thing, I have a feeling it's going to be a little bit broken, shattered. Your ability to, like, there's something like almost miraculous coming. It's another meaning of the 10 of Cups in the upright. It's not just a happy family, long-term partner, like getting married, having kids card. It's the card for miracles. And it came out with the Fool in the upright, which that is a leap of faith. The guides are like, they're not super detailed this week. I don't want to use the word smug. I don't, but like it's almost like if they were childish, they'd be saying, we know something you don't know, but like they're very happy about it. Like, so I've got this very strange thing going on where like they're not being very forthcoming with details, but the vibe is super happy. No what? Okay, I got it. Wait, opportunity. Okay. Make sure you have all information before signing anything. No need to worry within the next few weeks. Make sure you have all the information in hand before signing a contract or anything. I've gotten this in some form or fashion before, but it's imminent. It's imminent. And all of the information is good. You can overcome anything, and then crossing bridges, healing, releasing. It's almost like a new era's beginning for everybody. Like this has been a confusing read, I think, for all of us. But it really is almost as if a door is being closed behind us, and we're, you know, into the great wide open type of energy. And it's all very, very good. Can I get a card, please? Thank you. Triple Moon. Embracing all aspects of yourself, the divine and the earthly. For chance to dream. That is, you know, to sleep, perhaps to dream, is from Shakespeare. This is a card of not sleeping well. What is going on that you're not telling me? Like, and why aren't you telling me? This, I apologize. Happy love, a joyful, stable partnership, and good friends. So here is the thing, group number 4. There's an offer coming to you. Make sure you have all information. Don't be tempted to sign anything until you do. It's very, very funny because it's like waiting for another shoe to drop type of information, but there's nothing threatening in it. Like I said, like the energy I'm picking up is so peculiar. It's very merry, but it's not very informative. So very, very good things, but the spirit guides are separation, time apart from your partners on heart-to-heart conversations, and honeymoon. Funnily enough, like I've gotten almost nothing from this entire read that suggests that like relationships are playing a big part of anything. If you're already paired up, then that's awesome. If you're hoping to meet somebody, know that there is something that is coming to be with kind of like a champagne cork type of pop. And it's all very, very good. Your hard work has paid off. The only thing that you have to release is doubt, but you're not being asked to release it before a set of like, there's 3 things that are going to happen over the course of about 14 days. Each of them will be like, one will offer closure, one you need more information on, and one is the start of a new journey entirely. That I think that's what I'm picking up over and over again is there's closure on a long-running matter for you, and I'm not getting details on it. And I know you want details, but I'm not getting details on it. And it's not for a bad reason. It's almost like a surprise party. All right, so group number 4, your guides are, like I said, like giggling children or something. I think what I'm getting here, and I've gotten it in pile after pile, is it's like everything is lined up. The dominoes are finally lined up. So prepare for the flow that comes after that, and know that there isn't even one reason to be concerned or afraid. Know that you are energetically supported, you are loved, and that like your guides are, I think, after a very tough period, because part of what's been going on for a while is that like I have a couple of groups where people are furious at their guides for like the energy blockages that have prevented anything from coming to be. And it's like they've dismantled something. So if there's something you've been focusing on, something that you really, really want, please exclude it having to do with another person, by the way, because I've got diddly over squat in terms of like relationships in like, and it's been for the last couple of weeks, I haven't been getting a lot on that. It's more about your relationship to self and your relationship to this reality. Group number 4, like prepare. Like I said, there's 3 events coming in the next 14 days or so. Push that out to 21 if you just want to pad it for, like, safety's sake, so you're not clock watching. And know that the flow, it's like a dam is breaking, but it's a really good dam to have broken. Okay. So confusing read that was. Thank you so much for joining it for me. I'm going to go examine the deck that started coughing up multiple kings in the same suit. So that was freaking me out pretty good. But thank you for joining me, and I will see you next week, I hope. Let's get going here.